Welcome to the UC San Diego Shiley-Marcos Alzheimer's Disease Research Center Brain Blast Series. My name is James Brewer, and I'm the director of the UC San Diego Department of Neurosciences and the Shiley-Marcos Alzheimer's Disease Research Center. I'm a professor of neurology, a clinical neurologist, and a brain imaging researcher. I'm pleased to present to you our virtual Brain Blast series. Each of the talks included in the series have been created by Shiley-Marcos ADRC colleagues with expertise in brain aging research that focuses on prevention, detection, diagnosis, and treatment of Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. Each of the experts featured in the series studies a unique aspect of brain aging and has developed a brief overview of their current research to highlight the state-of-the-art work that's going on here at UCSD and our center. We hope you'll take advantage of this free resource to learn more about the advances in brain aging, the importance of research, and the multitude of opportunities to get involved and participate in research studies.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Katie Bangen. I'm a neuropsychologist and associate professor in the Department of Psychiatry at UC San Diego. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our research examining blood flow to the brain, as well as the health or compliance of vessels in the brain as markers to help detect early Alzheimer's disease. So we know that risk factors for vascular disease or stroke, such as type 2 diabetes, increase risk for developing Alzheimer's disease. And importantly, these represent potentially modifiable risk factors. So many risk factors for Alzheimer's disease, such as age, we cannot change or modify, but blood sugar and blood pressure represent potentially modifiable risk factors, either through lifestyle changes or medications. So the underlying mechanisms linking diabetes and Alzheimer's disease remain incompletely understood. And there are multiple aspects of type 2 diabetes that could directly or indirectly contribute to cognitive dysfunction. And in our work, we often focus on vascular dysfunction as one pathway leading to cognitive dysfunction in type 2 diabetes. And vascular dysfunction can lead to many different changes in the brain, including restricted blood flow or ischemia, or also even Alzheimer's disease pathology, so accumulation of tau and amyloid. And then this leads to cognitive dysfunction and impairment. So how are we studying vascular dysfunction? Well, we're looking at some newly developed, non-invasive ways of looking at health of cerebral arteries and cerebral blood flow. And we're using MRI, or magnetic resonance imaging. And you can see here, there's a picture of an MRI scanner. And we want to see if our new MRI methods will capture early brain changes. And we want to know if these changes in our arterial compliance and blood flow happen before irreversible structural brain changes, so things like atrophy or tissue loss, and if they happen before cognitive decline. We're also interested in studying whether potentially modifiable factors, so again, things like blood sugar levels, if these contribute to cognitive changes that we see in Alzheimer's disease. So this study is a longitudinal study where participants come in multiple times over a 3-year period. And each time, each assessment involves 2 different visits. So at baseline, individuals would undergo an MRI scan to look at the blood flow and the health of the vessels in the brain, and also a health assessment where things like blood pressure is measured and individuals are asked about their medical and health history. And in another visit, participants undergo cognitive testing, so paper and pencil memory testing, as well as a blood draw. And then 18 months later, after this baseline, participants would undergo these same assessments. And then again, at 36 months after baseline, participants would undergo these same assessments. And each time these assessments are completed, participants are compensated $100 for their time. So over the course of the study, that would be $300. And to be included in this study, we're looking for individuals who are age 60 or older, who have type 2 diabetes or no diabetes, because we're actually interested in looking at these relationships between blood flow and blood vessel health and cognition, even in people without diabetes. And individuals must be safe to undergo an MRI scan. So this means no pacemaker. Also, certain types of metal implants may also be unsafe for the scanner. And exclusion criteria, or reasons people might be excluded from this study, is if they're diagnosed with dementia, stroke, other major neurological conditions such as Parkinson's disease, or major psychiatric disorders such as schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. Also, individuals with type 1 diabetes are excluded from this study as well. So what we think we'll find through this study, we hypothesize or predict that subtle or mild changes in cerebrovascular functioning, so reduced compliance or health of the vessels and reduced blood flow, will proceed or happen earlier than irreversible structural brain changes, so atrophy or other types of changes, and also cognitive decline. And we think that we'll see these associations between cerebrovascular function and cognition in both people with type 2 diabetes and those without, but we expect these associations to be stronger in those with type 2 diabetes. So we hope that our new imaging methods can help identify individuals at risk for cognitive decline earlier than current methods that we're using, and also may reveal potentially modifiable mechanisms underlying cognitive decline. So thank you for your attention and for your interest in our research. Our work would not be possible without the dedication of research volunteers who are helping us to better understand Alzheimer's disease. So thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed this presentation from our UC San Diego Shiley-Marcos Alzheimer's Disease Research Center Virtual Brain Blast Series. Please look for other presentations in this series and share them with your communities. We hope that you'll also consider participating in brain research studies. We always have new opportunities for participation and are actively seeking individuals 65 and older without memory disorders, as well as those with a diagnosis of mild cognitive impairment or Alzheimer's disease and related dementias, such as frontotemporal dementia, Lewy body dementia, and Parkinson's dementia, as well as others. We're also proud to have a bilingual, bicultural team who conduct studies visits in Spanish. Your participation can make a real difference for future generations. Please click on the description below to complete the very brief survey about the presentation you just viewed. And for those who are interested and who live in San Diego, we'll be happy to contact you. Simply provide your contact information on the secure survey. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.